good evening. I'm Josh. Welcome to the Nightly from Hatch, where your late night thoughts go to rest. Tonight, I'm going to be talking to a caller named Annabel, who says she's recently become a beach person as an adult. And I think not a beach kid, but is really into the beach now. And I really want to hear what that means to her, what her schedule is like, how that happened. I have not been to the beach this year, as far as I know. I've been mostly in the city and done a little traveling. But I don't, this is the thing about me, is I don't like a commute to the beach. If I'm at the beach, I'm having a good time, but I don't like the feeling of packing up for a day at the beach. I prefer to do things when they're relaxing, like beach style. I want to do stuff that's close to home. I'll go to a park near my apartment, or I'll take a walk in my neighborhood. But I feel like a commute to relax is a little much for me, honestly. But maybe I'll be swayed by talking to Annabelle. I think that would be a real fun new experience. So we'll hear what she has to say, and I hope you've had a nice summer as well, beach or not. Also, if you ever want to come onto the show to talk about something that's on your mind, for example, how you've been spending your summer, whether or not you enjoy the beach, whatever it is that you want to talk about, email us or send a voice memo to thenightly@hatch.co, or text or leave a voicemail at 904-NIGHTLY. That's 904-644-4859. And speaking of that phone number, we've got Annabelle on the line right now. Hello, Annabelle. Thank you so much for calling in. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Where are you calling in from this evening?
I'm calling from New York City.
Oh, right on. Excellent. And what have you called to chat about this evening?
Well, I've just been thinking about kind of the beach a lot this summer. I feel like it's the first summer where I'm really getting into that type of landscape. And I'm 24, so I feel like it's something that I've discovered at an older age, and it's kind of awesome.
That's great. How did you discover the beach? Obviously, it's not you knew about it before this year, but
Yeah, I've heard about the beach.
yeah, you sure. Am I saying it right? Beach?
Yes, exactly. Well, I feel like I went as a kid sporadically,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like a lot of experiences as a kid are you're just following decisions of other people.
Totally.
And also I grew up in Toronto, so there's a beach nearby at the lake, but it's not necessarily something my family did a lot. And then every time I went to, I would hate it because my brother would always throw sand at me, and it was just something that I would do once every 3 years or something. And then I guess now as an adult I have agency, and I went to the beach because it's very convenient in New York, and
Totally.
and then I'm sitting there and I'm oh, this is why people want to retire here, because it's just so peaceful. It's nice. It's a beautiful landscape. These are all not new discoveries, but it's things that just kind of settled in my body as I was really present for the first time.
That journey though, from ugh, this was the thing that was so annoying when I was a kid, to oh, now that my brother isn't here throwing sand at me, this is a lovely experience, is such a funny thing. And I feel like it happens with so many different kinds of experiences in life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what gave you the idea to go to the beach? Were friends going, or were you I just need something to do to kind of center myself and be peaceful for a day?
Yeah. I mean, I was just okay, I guess Rockaway is open, and
Mm-hmm.
I, the city can get a little city. There's not a lot of nature, and it's very cramped, and there's not a lot of vastness. I would describe that. There's not a lot of vastness, and I don't know. I think I was just craving.
You just wanted to like see an uninterrupted sky and a horizon and stuff instead of just building, 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 building.
Yeah, maybe that was it. And I do think I can't remember exactly. I think I have a lot of my friends wanted to go one day, and I think I just tagged along. And
And have you been going since? Like, have you been going more than once, or were you like, this inspired me, but I haven't acted on it yet?
yeah, because I feel like this summer in particular, I've been going like every single weekend.
Whoa,
I take the A to Rockaway, or every once in a while there'll be like a special secondary beach. Like I'll go out to Long Island if
sure.
I make the necessary plans and arrangements. But and now I'm like kind of addicted to going to the beach. It's like something that it's like also like makes me feel like the shortness of summer. It's like, okay, instead of like thinking about summer in terms of like days, weeks, or months, I'm like, this is how many beach trips I can go on. That's the length of the summer.
That's amazing. Okay, I have a couple more questions about this because this is so wonderful and it's like such a tiny change. You know what I mean? It's not like a big structural change in your life, but it sounds like it's been a huge improvement in your summer.
Hmm.
Do you have, so you take the subway to the Rockaways usually. What is your ideal beach day? Like, when does it start? What is the preparation? What does it look like when you're there? And when do you leave?
I feel like the thing about a beach day, like I feel like I started off really trying to optimize my time, but
Hmm.
then I feel like you have to like the philosophy of going to the beach is like that it's like for fun and it's for relaxation.
Yeah.
So try to get up early in the morning, but I feel like you just get up when you get out.
Yep.
Um, I get up, I grab a bagel, and I get on the train. I go to the beach, usually with a friend or two, um, with my little blanket, and um, it's so convenient. Like you think the time is like an insane amount of time, but it's like very convenient. And I probably get there like around noon, I want to say,
Okay.
sometimes a little later in the afternoon. But then the water is perfect around 1 or 2, even though it's kind of cold because it's the Atlantic, but you just deal with it.
Yeah. East Coast beach, chilly water.
And then around like I've stayed for sunset, which is really nice, but sometimes like I feel like the thing about staying in the sun is that you get tired. You just again like the thing is like you just kind of go when you want to go,
Yep.
which is like the nice thing about it. I feel like I just tend to go a little. The crowd kind of leaves around like 6, 7 ish, but I usually leave around. I stay for like 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours,
That's great.
and then I go home, and then take a shower, and then I have the best sleep of my life.
Yeah, that post beach sleep, even when you're not like playing volleyball or swimming against the waves or whatever, it's just from the sun and the kind of adventure of travel. I feel like I always just crash.
Hmm.
The earliest I ever go to bed is like post beach.
Exactly.
Yeah. I grew up, it sounds like similarly to the way you did, where when we would go to the beach as a family, it was a very structured endeavor. And there really is something wonderful about, and obviously when you have kids that you're corralling and, it becomes like, well, we have to be back by this point because we bought these groceries and we're going to make dinner and we have to get the kids to bed. But like as an adult, when you don't have those kinds of considerations, you can kind of have dinner on your own schedule, leave from the house, leave from the beach on your own schedule. It really changes the feeling and it like makes the whole experience more relaxed and less like trying to cram in relaxation between like tasks and structured comings and goings.
Hmm. Exactly. Do you go to the beach often?
I don't go that often, but I do like the beach because I am slightly averse to coming home from the beach pre-shower. And so my wife and I love a beach vacation. So like we'll go to a place that's like near a beach and then you can like walk back to the hotel or the Airbnb or whatever, shower, and that's very quick. But the feeling, like the sense memory of traveling back in like a wet bathing suit is like not pleasant to me.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah. Um, so you've explored a few different beaches. How late into the season, like when you're counting down beach days, do you think of it as like Labor Day is kind of where it ends because that's where people talk about like, oh, kids are going back to school, etc.? Or are you like, I'm gonna ride this until it gets too cold outside?
Yeah, definitely the latter.
Cool.
I feel like it just take every opportunity as it comes until I mean, not to say I've never done the winter thing. Maybe that's something I should do this winter, something new I should try because I still know a lot of surfers who go out there, late into the year with their full wetsuit in like November, which is nothing I've ever considered. But maybe that's something I should try, like one of those like polar swims or something.
Yeah. I love that you're like all in on beach now. I have a friend who spent all July like house sitting in the Rockaways, and she said it was like the best month of her life.
Yeah, it's great. And every time I'm like, this was worth the hassle becomes like less and less and less. Like, you know what I mean?
No, tell me more.
I feel like I feel like there is like a little bit of a hassle to get there, and then obviously the sand and the water, and like I don't like I have a blanket, and it's just like uncomfy at some points, but then
Mhm.
I feel like the more you go, the less you start to care about it.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
But yeah, but it is annoying. Like if I'm on a Tuesday and I'm like, there's still sand on my bathroom floor, I have to sweep this floor again. It's whatever.
Yo, but it is nice. I think like even the repetition just gets you used to some of it, right? Like a long subway ride or a medium subway ride even, you're like, "Oh, I know how to do this. I get my bagel before I leave, and then I am either have it at the beach or have it before I go, and I don't have to worry about like where do I find breakfast when I'm going, And like all those little things, even when they're not like locked in as I leave at 11:15 in the morning or I set my alarm for this time and if I sleep late, I feel like I've missed the day. But like all those little things of I know this is the part of the beach I like to go to, so I don't have to spend all day walking and looking for a nice place to put my blanket, just makes the whole thing feel so much gentler to me.
Also, I feel like you start to appreciate like the commute even more because you're like, now I'm entering like a different world, especially if you're coming from a city.
Yeah.
Like now you're like, okay, maybe the journey is feeling like it's like kind of nice that it isn't just like 10 minutes away because I feel like I'm entering like a special little section of the world outside my everyday life.
It gets you like outside your own zone. Because I feel like there are probably places in my neighborhood that if I didn't live in this neighborhood, I would like travel to get there and it would feel special. But because it's like, 12 minutes on foot, I go, I could go there anytime. And then I don't.
Exactly. And then you don't. Yeah.
And you were talking about surfers earlier. Have you surfed?
Oh my God. I tried once. Um,
Whoa.
it was it was like this beach surf club, and these people taught me for free, which was really nice. And it's actually pretty like you can rent a board at one of the Rockaways, or I think they have some vans or whatever for like it's like $5 an hour, like $10 for 2 hours. It's like not bad at all.
Wow.
I am like I don't know. I just felt like I was getting like waterboarded for like an hour straight, but I could see myself if I like commit to it that it could be fun. But I don't know. I just like once I get there, I'm just like I just want to lie down.
Yeah. Is that what you do? Do you bring a book or anything?
Yeah, usually I bring a book and never read it. And then I just lie down and close my eyes, and then whenever I feel like it, I go into the water.
That's great. So you're really like it sounds like one of the things that really appeals to you is like the full dissolve of the structure of your day-to-day life.
Yeah, I think so. I think just like that idea of like today I don't have to think about like I could just like enjoy like the earth, I guess, is one of the things.
Yeah. And it's nice that it's not like expensive.
Yeah, that's great. It's just like a subway fare away.
Yeah.
And then it's free. The beach is free, and I think beaches should be free.
Are there other beaches like now that you're a beach person that you've fully made the pivot from not beach to beach? Are there beaches other places in the world that you're like, "Oh, I would love to try this beach?" Or is it just something about getting to take the subway out to the Rockaways, out in Queens that is like special in its kind of intimacy and closeness?
I think any beach anywhere is great. Obviously, I have a lot of friends who are like I have friends from like the West Coast and also like maybe the Caribbean, and obviously the way they talk about their beaches, I'm like, yes, that'd be amazing.
Yeah,
But it's also made me like really defend East Coast beaches because we'll get there and they're like, the
totally.
water's so cold, and back home the water's clear and warm and everything's sunshine and rainbows. And every time they say that, I get even more defensive for no reason. By the way, I'm just like, well, this is the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, we can't change the beach. We can't change the beach to suit us. Okay, this is like the way the currents work. And I'm like, and it's cold, and sometimes it's gray, and sometimes it's a little like, you know,
Yo.
icky. But it just, I don't know. I love it so much.
No, I'm also so defensive of the East Coast and I've lived in New York for a really long time, so I've become one of the people that defends stuff about the city that like objectively probably is a pain in the butt.
Yeah,
So like I'm like really laughing thinking about your like, well, no, it's cold and then sometimes it's like less cold and that's incredible. You out in the Pacific Ocean don't understand the feeling of when it's 62 degrees or whatever instead of 48 degrees.
yeah. It's like we know, like it's obvious that the beaches in, let's say, LA are better.
Yeah.
It's like obvious, or the beaches in the Caribbean are better. Like this is like a known fact. Like I don't know why we got to bring it up every time we go to a beach in New York City.
And like you said, you can't change it. And it's not as if you can take the subway to Barbados. You
Exactly.
know,
Like we're already at the beach. Like why are we comparing now? Comparison is a thief of joy.
thank you. I completely agree. I think that is such a wonderful paradigm to approach this endeavor with. And like, I have to ask, what were you doing on the weekends before beach? Because it sounds like this is, in a really wonderful way, kind of the whole day. So, like, what would you be doing with your summer days pre beach life?
I feel like it was. I feel like I would just um either be working or I'm like 2 years out of school, so I would
Hmm.
be in school. Or I'll just, I don't know. Sometimes I'd go to the beach once in a while, but it was more just like a regular weekend running errands or just like going to the park or just staying in my apartment.
Yeah.
Very just like. But now I feel like I've dedicated like if I like the free time. Like it's nice to be like I can just have a standing like reservation to go to the beach. I don't know what I did before actually. Like I can't remember. I can't remember what I did. What my life was like before this.
This is so beautiful. I like really love this because it also feels to me like what you're saying is like once you were able to kind of shape your adult life to the experiences and the schedule that you wanted, the beach became a big part of it. Like the pre-beach was, oh, I have all these commitments that maybe have been built into the structure of my life, and now you're free from that and can beach to your heart's content.
Yeah, it's like there's no rush. Like you don't have to get everything done on this one day and like enjoy the slowness of the summer sometimes.
Now, have you been going one weekend day or two weekend days? Or both, or either?
Usually I can only do one weekend day. I feel like
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like 2 weekend days I would just get like nothing done. My apartment would be a mess
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
everything would be, I mean, it'd be nice if it's a long weekend maybe, but
Yeah.
I feel like one weekend day is just like what's working for me right now.
Yeah. And do you feel, I know you mentioned that you like the kind of subway as a portal to a special place. Has it ever occurred to you in this like new period of beach enthusiasm that you would like to live closer to the beach, or do you feel like it's truly optimal where you are now?
Um, I I feel like right now it's amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like eventually, like later in life,
Hmm.
living close to the beach would be like I mean, it's a very like desired thing to retire close to the beach. So
Totally.
I mean, if the opportunity arises, like I would love to do that or
For sure.
um, have that kind of um, more, you know. But I feel like now it's kind of perfect because it's like equidistant from like
Yeah.
my life, my work, my like friends, just like human life and obligations, and then but it's like just close enough that I can make a day of it when I want to.
Yeah. That's great. You mentioned that you might try to become like a winter beach polar plunge person, but I imagine that wouldn't be like an every week thing like it is in the summer. So have you started thinking about like, oh, what will I do when once it's too cold to go consistently?
Well, actually, this is like the first time I've ever said that. Just I feel like this conversation really sparked this idea.
Brought that out of you.
I'm definitely woefully in denial. Every time the like summer turns into fall turns into winter, I'm like in denial. Also, in New York City, it's
Yeah.
um like one weekend it'll be cold, the next weekend it'll be warm. It really goes back and forth.
Yep.
But eventually, once I move past the denial, I don't know. Maybe it'll be a weekly thing. But like I think I'll have to try it once
Yeah.
when the time is right. And then if I ended up becoming obsessed with it, then I'll just have a fixation on that.
Cool.
Or maybe I'll hate it because it kind of sounds like terrible on paper.
Yeah. It definitely feels less relaxing and more like an endurance challenge.
Yeah. But I love a cold plunge, so
Yeah. Okay, amazing. Well, you'll have to call back and let us know what your new routine becomes once it gets a little cooler out. But hopefully, you've got lots of great beach days left this summer and even through the fall. Annabelle, thank you so much for calling.
thank you.
Before we say goodnight, is there anyone out there in the world that you would like to say goodnight to? That, just to send those kind of goodnight vibes out into the air.
Good night to my mom and my dad and my dog and my brother in the greater Toronto area.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, and I hope they sleep well, and I hope you have a great night's sleep. Thanks for calling, Annabelle.
You too. Have a good night.
Good night. Wow. That was like, it's so fun to hear about somebody. Like, it sounds like Annabelle was so delighted and kind of surprised by this big shift in her own summer schedule. And it was really fun to hear about. If you have anything that is new in your life, like a new hobby or a habit, or even just like something you've been doing on the summer weekends that's been a regular routine, or anything you want to talk about, give us a call at 904 Nightly. That's 904-644-4859. You can text or leave a voicemail to that number, or you can email us or send a voice memo to thenightly@hatch.co. That's THENIGHTLY @HATCH.co. We love to hear from you. It's always such a fun conversation. It was great to talk to Annabelle today. And I would like to say a good night to my friend Erin, who is like the beachiest person I know. And I hope she is having a great beach day into a calm post-beach night of sleep. Good night, everyone.